Wherever I go, common issues I face was PPC people, especially PPC people are the best in planning, am I right? That is the understanding throughout the world. Including PPC people say, boss, I don't know how to prioritize my job. I get screwed up every time when boss gives me some work, I keep doing this, suddenly he comes and throws something else and it bloody becomes my priority. And I don't know which one to concentrate on, same deadline for both. Am I a human machine or something else? That's the answer. That's a question I get from all companies, especially manufacturing, IT service, IT and ITES. This is one common question. Second common question is WLB. People have started acronyms. Work-life balance. Sir, I don't know how to have work-life balance. Can you help me? And the next question is, I want to manage stress. I want to, all of you repeat this word. I want to manage stress. Can you manage a stress? You can manage your purse. You can manage your car. You can manage your bank account. You can manage your wife also at sometimes. Sometimes only. But can you manage stress?
Yes, you can manage.
Why do you want to manage when something you don't like? That's the bottom line.
That is the crux of the matter.
Do you want to have stress? Do you want to have stress with you?
I don't have stress.
Then why do you want to manage it? Forget it.
That's the thing. When you manage it, you don't have it.
Why do you want to manage it?
See, that's the thing.
Why do you want to manage it?
Whether you don't take it or you manage it.
Forget it.
That's what I'm saying. You don't take the stress. If you know how to,
Don't take.
don't take.
That's all.
Exactly. That is the
Bottom
point.
line.
Yes.
Now, so you
I
don't
have a
manage
different
stress.
view about this. You cannot look stress as negative altogether. Stress can also be positive because if you don't have stress, you are
No, I am
confident.
coming to that.
You are complacent and you will not be achieving.
Yeah. Now, next 20 minutes, let me jump on various areas, come back and again open it to you for discussion. Now, all of you know what I am going to talk. But, like some of these things, solutions are simple. And even this time, we will see how do we handle one by one because a lot of issues. Why I am bringing up this is, we have actually done a survey. We work close with Elite on various employee and work-related issues. Top 10 I am talking about. The top issue is WLB. And in Bangalore, we have created something called TGIF. Somebody from Bangalore here?
Thank God.
Thank God it's Friday. Friday आ गया तो छुट्टी मिलने वाला अभी 2 दिन. No, we are very happy. Friday has come. Happily, we are going to get 2 days holiday. Thank God it is Friday. It is a concept which came from Australia. After Friday 11 o'clock or 11:30, you find only people with a beer mug sitting in the cafeteria and doing some work and going home at 3 o'clock. That's the style followed there. Same we are copying in most of the IT and ITES in Bangalore now. We are assuming that is an alternative solution to manage work life. We are assuming. Right. Now, work-life balance is a top issue. Stress management is another top issue. And the third top issue is I don't know how to communicate. Communication. I don't know how to communicate. Top 3 things. Top 3 things. And the fourth top thing is prioritization of work. Boss gives me one work, another work comes in. I break my head, I don't know which one to deliver, what time, both comes at the same time, wife call comes at the same time, top priority on top of all that. So really it's a mess, I don't know how to prioritize. These are some of the top 4 issues. I'm going to only talk about those top 4 issues and leave this topic for you. And any question that you ask me, then we will take question based. Is that fine? Because I came with certain agenda and I am able to reconfirm that my agenda and your list is all the same. Finally, you shoot. How many of us tell me are living without an alarm in the mobile phone nowadays, including me? Whatever the time I sleep, morning my alarm should start at that time, otherwise my day doesn't go. All of us are in the same boat. Right? With this life, if somebody says, under quote, I will give you a stress-free life, please tell him, only I can bet you other than only Nityananda Swamiji, nobody can give a stress-free life. If somebody says, I will avoid stress, I will give you a chance to live without stress, please understand, he is bullshitting. live with certain amount of stress. Everything in life, and please keep this anywhere, wherever you want, in your office, house, wherever you write it in a desk and keep it. Everywhere, things have to play only that much role in your life. Stress is required, sir. You are very right. To the extent to that it is required. At home, he has to scold Sudarshan for something. Yes, to that extent. And you have to be mischievous, definitely, to that extent. Everything has to be only playing that much role only in life. Little above that is a problem for you. Little below that is a problem for somebody else. Right? Therefore, everything in life, remember this line from today. See, anything you do, always, how many of us don't get anger? I will tell you a small technique for anger management. Give him a clap. After 10 years, if I see you. So, all of us get anger, right? Please get anger to the extent that you should get. Office mein, my subordinate screws up something. I don't hug him. Hey, no problem. I manage it. Next day he is going to screw up more. You have to show your unhappiness towards a particular issue and stop there. Leave it and come. And I have a small video which is a research video for 2 minutes which I will be playing sometime in the next 5-10 minutes. I will tell you how do you first handle anger, which is not anywhere in your agenda. It is not in your agenda, friends. But with your permission, if you allow, I will add it in the agenda.
Anyway, it's a byproduct of all this.
Yeah, it is the main product, sir. We call it AM and PM. Anger management, productivity management. When you manage your anger, productivity goes, it's actually like your vice versa. All of you know Young's modulus, work modulus, rigidity modulus, all are engineers, right? Within the limits of elasticity, only stress and strain are constant. Beyond that, creep is, fatigue is compulsory, right? Life is the same. How do I manage anger? There are actually emotions 2,34,401.49. Can anybody repeat this number? 2,34,400.
139. 139.
49, ending with 49. So many emotions were found by two people called Mary and her mother-in-law about 85 years back. They identified, they worked on, and finally what they have done for the benefit of all of us, they came out with only, can you imagine, they say you understand there are only 4 parents. Only 4 parents, 4 emotions you should understand. You understand these 4 emotions in only 4 spheres of your life. Your life has only how many spheres? 4. And this 4 spheres of your life, if you can understand these 4 emotions, other emotions are child emotions. They will manage by themselves. So is that not simple? To hear it is very simple. To only hear it is very simple. Right? And those 4 emotions, if you are able to handle, either at home, wherever you go, you won't have a problem called STRESS. Stress is only a external force, but you are an internal force. Right? Those 4 emotions we are going to see. And I spoke about anger management. How many of you know about your body? You know about your machine at office, you know about your computer, something goes wrong in the laptop, all of us jumping, we know. How many of you know about the most intellectual machine on the earth called this body? None of us actually know, including me. We all don't know. Can I ask one question and I need one answer? How many times in a minute do you breathe?
72 hours.
You breathe from where? No, no, from when you breathe? Before birth, actually. The day you formed in your mother's womb, your heart forms and you start breathing. Right? That's a science all of us know. How many times in a minute do you breathe? 12, 20, any other number? 16, any other number? 32. 32, any other number? 42. 72, super. Any other number? Any other number, sir? No guess. Madam, see, that is exactly I am talking where you tell me Sudarshan, how many times you breathe in a minute? And he is going to watch his watch and tell in 1 minute. See, the funniest part is, this is the most complex and intellectual machine. By accident we are managing this. Just by accident we are managing this. And therefore, all problems for us friends guaranteed. Do you have a warranty for your AC machine? 5 years extended warranty, on top of it annual AMC. Do you have a warranty for this machine? No warranty. But you have to give AMC when you are touching 40. Right or wrong? Corporates insist AMC once in a year, right? You all have master health checkup, which is compulsory in many companies. Right or wrong? Yes. If that is not there also, we are afraid and go and check ECG, this, that. We all do that because we lack in managing this own human machine. Please, whenever you get time, try to manage this machine. Everything will manage by itself. That is the fundamental line I am telling you. Though it is not part of the agenda, that is the solution for the entire issue. Now coming back to anger management. When you get anger, please get anger. Don't stop. Otherwise it is a different reaction. It's equilibrium only. If anger is more, equilibrium will shift to the right side. Anger is less, equilibrium will shift to the left side. There is something called Leach-Atlas principle, those who know chemistry. This is the same. When you get anger, please get anger. But show to that extent where you need to show and be conscious enough to leave it go. How do I understand, how do I define that I have shown my anger or not? Is the next question. Did I show it to the extent what I need, or am I overacting or underacting? How do I show it? How do I do that? In factories I used to go and see, communication is the biggest barrier for anger. You get anger because of lack of communication. We all speak English, we all speak happily, but communication is the biggest problem. That leaves us another question. I'll come to that. Now, anger management is the first question I want to address. Body, this machine, when you get anger, there is something called a particular hormone, amygdala, in your brain, which works. And that hormone is the actual culprit. You need to bypass that and go. So that we can do only by knowing how to handle this machine. When you get anger, show your anger. I get anger on my son, I tell him, boss, what you made is a mistake. This is not right, and I try to tell him this is right, and he doesn't want to listen. He says, Buddha to kuch bata raha hai, you are old man, you are saying something, I don't want to listen. That is the attitude children show. And your anger increases. At office, can you show this to your boss? No. You will come down and show. At home, boss will shout everything. When you come back, your wife will be waiting to receive you, and anger will go to her. Once you come in, she will say, can I give you this, can I give you that? Tu chup raho yaar. Shut up. Let me talk to you later. Can we go for a movie? Forget it. Can you buy a pizza for me? Not possible today. I am already stressed. Don't come near me. This all happens. We are showing it to somebody who is not eligible to take that anger. Therefore, emotional imbalance builds up. We all do this mistake, friends, including me. Let us make sure you show the anger. When you get anger, show the anger to where you should show. And learn, practice. Only when you practice, it comes. 21 days you practice, it becomes a habit. You practice to not beyond 5 minutes, consciously make an effort, I get a fight with my wife. 5th minute, either she has to speak or I have to go and speak. Otherwise, there is something called communication gap. Otherwise, it builds up. We get into I clash, and it becomes a problem at work or anywhere you go. Therefore, make sure you drop it. You don't care whether the other side is dropping it or not. Forget it. You don't worry about the others. You don't live for others. I am not talking young, but this is the fact. And give a deep breath, deep inhale and deep exhale. Deep inhale and deep exhale. Relax your shoulders. And then look at your anger. Then come and tell me where is your anger. My number has not changed from 97, 98. You can call and tell me where is your anger. I may say whatever I am saying might look very foolish and funny, but please test it. When you get anger, what you should do? Deep breath, relax your shoulders, show the anger only to whom you should show. Boss, in front of the boss, you cannot show your anger. You can never show the anger in front of the boss. Be assertive, tell him what you should tell, come out, and because you cannot shout at your boss, shout at you. Don't shout at others. And leave it there. And tell me where is the communication gap. 60% of your communication issues are solved. And this is a proven truth, my friends. It is a neuro-linguistic science. I am a NLP trainer. There is something called NLP. We work on neuro-linguistic, how your entire system works on various emotions. That is how I first asked how many times you breathe. This is the first lesson all of us should know. Then how do I handle remaining 40% of the communication? There are only 3 types of people on the earth. On the entire earth, there are only how many types of people? 3 types. And how many quadrants of life you have, Sudarshan? 4. What are those 4? There are 4 quadrants in life. The one is called childhood. For you, your life, for anybody, for their life, you face only 4 areas of your life. Those 4 areas are called work, W-O-R-K, work, family, and society. Am I right? You ask about any good thing, any bad thing, either it is work, family, or society. Is there anything outside this can you cover? No? Spiritual comes in social. Anything in life, life is so simple. Short life, very simple life, everything falls in this 3 quadrant. What is the 4th one? I told 4, no Sudarshan. I don't know mathematics. The 4th one? Self. You don't know about you, what you are going to know about others. And therefore, the concurrent point is self. And the remaining 60% of the issue I told you, remaining 40% of the issue has a balance to this. I told you there are 3 types of people on the earth. On communication, I tell you how to communicate. What are those 3 things? Society, work, family. You look at any issue, it is either at work, or at family, or at society. It may be good or bad, it may be plus or minus, stress, anger, anything for that matter. And it all starts from self. There are only 4 quadrants. These 4 quadrants you manage, life is jingalala. But we all make this mistake. Always we make this mistake. What we do? Immaterial, whatever happens, wherever anything, work is first. How many of us do this, right? Work is on top priority, right? The best balance is always family on top. Those who keep family on top, work and society always succeed. Family, work, society. This triangle, if you don't maintain, whatever you do, please understand, problem is guaranteed and free. we work for the family. That's first. 24 hours you work, 18 hours you work, doesn't matter. That is work. And therefore, anything and everything, right from cinema theatre to politics to negative to positive on the society, on the society. Impact on that society or work is only when you want. Only when you want it impacts you. But family, whether you want, you don't want, it impacts you. You are married or unmarried does not matter. Those who are unmarried will definitely have girlfriends. Their life is more difficult. You don't have girlfriends also still difficult. Say, I went to one program. People asked me one question. Sir, I have a peculiar question. One foreigner lady asked me. What do I do? I don't know. I'm not getting satisfied. Whatever I do, whatever I get. How to get satisfaction? I don't know how to answer. I said, I'm sorry, I don't know the answer, but I'll tell you. हिंदी में हम बोल जाते हैं मिल जाता है तो मिट्टी है, घुस जाता है तो चुट्टी है. When you get what you want, it goes under the mud. When you don't get, it goes empty. When you want to get a job, when you want to get a good school for Sudarshan, he gets a good school. He goes to Padma Sheshadri, and he wants to go to high school. The school he wants, he gets happy. Don't get unhappy. Okay, what if you got the school? Acha, if I get a good college, it will be better. What if you got the college, good college you want? Acha, it will be good if I get placed in the campus. What if you could get placed in the campus? Acha, it will be good if I get the increment in the first 6 months. What if you get the increment in 6 months? Okay, why promotion? After increment is only bike and a female. What if I get that girl? Even same. What if I get that girl? Acha hoga. I do all that. I got that girl. Acha. What if I get married? Okay, I am happy. Now what if it will be very nice if I get divorced? There is no end. There is no end. Therefore, the question of where will I seek satisfaction? Self. There is nowhere else you will get. Yeah, no growth. See, my hair has gone like that only. When I was 25, I was behind a female, and everything is plugged off. Now, family on top. Remember, suffering is free and guaranteed if you don't keep family on top. What? Society. Plus or minus doesn't matter, because plus or minus is going to be decided by self. Right? And from that I'll jump to communication. Right? Communication, how do you commute? 60% of the communication handled by anger management. 60% of the communication problems, emotional imbalances are sorted out by managing your anger. When I say anger, there are other 3 more parent emotions which I will show you. All those 4 people, if you know how to identify, manage, that job is done. Remaining 30 or 40% goes only by communication. All of us speak. Certain things you can see I am repeating because lack of time, 1 hour, I am repeating only 2-3 times. Otherwise, I have the habit of repeating 10, 12, 13 times. Some of them in the program, in the end of the day program feedback, they will say, sir, you said so many things 10 times, 20 times, that was boring us. That is one of the feedback I get in my program. But the reason I am doing is, when you communicate, there are only 3 types of communication. We call it B-A-K. What is that? Back. Visual. Those who understand only by seeing. Audio. Those who understand only by speaking. Kinesthetics. We call kinesthetics or touch. Those who understand only by movement. I had a peculiar boss. Rather, I was peculiar to my boss. I was working is an Australian company. My boss every day, 9 a.m. sharp, I get into the office. I was the first person as a general manager HR I used to get in. And every day, invariably, if you look at, I get shoutings from him. He actually throws me literally from the office. Literally, it happens every day. And I don't have a choice, I have to leave the job. And I understood that is when I was studying my NLP. I understood there is a problem with me, not with the boss. This guy is a strong visual guy. It is only the style of communication. Please practice this, you will see some changes from today or in next 5 minutes. There are only 3 types of people. One is audio, visual, kinesthetics. Audio guys understand only by speaking. When I say something, only it gets into your brain. You understand and your system understands. Visual guys, when you see only you understand. Kinesthetic guys, when I say, hey, go to work, job is done, you don't have to do anything. That touch matters. Number Kamaladasan the Katipudi Vaidya, that's real truth. Now, how do I identify? I understood this. My problem, I'll tell you one example what I faced. My boss, every day I used to get thrown out, literally. And what I used to do is, one day I understood, I go and tell him, sir, I have done this, I have done this, I have done this, I have done this. I used to recite all the poem, and he will say, Acha bhai, tu bahar jaakar ek mail bhej de. You go out and send the email. And in the email, he will write some shit back to me. I used to get, I just told everything, I came to you, told everything. Salah, that time you didn't say anything, now you are really coming and he will copy everybody, you know. The mail will be copied to everybody. And imagine my embarrassment. And it assumes that I have not given an update to my boss. And it has affected my appraisals also. Believe me friends, it has affected my appraisal and my increment. And I understood that this guy is a strong visual guy. At some stage, the table turned. What I did is, when I go to his room, I go to the office at 8:45, write down points, type, send an email, and send a SMS. Now only SMS from last 10-12 years. Before that, SMS is also costly. I used to send him, we call pager. Phone, I had to call, I go to PCO, from there call and send a pager message. Message will go, I went to that extent to please him. I decided either I please or get out of my job. And this guy, I used to go to his room and believe me, sit. First time he told me to sit. First time after 2 years of harassment, mental torture. After 2 full years of loss of increment, he told me sit. And I didn't explain anything. Acha, good job you done, man. Do the following. He started giving next work. And I'm opening about my update. He doesn't want to listen. He's looking at something. And I found out one day, he's playing, those days, the big computer. 1 GB only RAM. Now, our mobile phone has 16 GB. 1 GB RAM, the TVSC gold keyboard is given to my general manager, senior general manager, and that guy sits in the big cabin for computer only AC room, not for the manager. And this guy used to play cards. And he never listens to me. And that one email or that writing message has satisfied him. I understood that I am making a mistake. Now I started experimenting. I am telling my own experience. Then that is how I learned. I didn't believe this. Initially I didn't trust. Later I experimented. I studied NLP. I got qualified as a PhD in NLP. But I did not believe this. Honestly, I did not trust, but I experienced. I went to speak to one of my girlfriends. One of my you got the point. You are strong audio guy, yeah. And that time I had a ponytail and all that like you, ma'am. And I wanted to please her. I went with some gift and all that, nothing worked. The mistake I made with her, actually our relationship almost broke. That time I realized that I am making a mistake. The problem is, whenever she is a nurse actually, she comes with a lot of issues because she meets a lot of people. Naturally, she has turned audio. I need to sit in a park, take her to a park, simply listen to her for half an hour. Nothing else. I understood that mechanism, and later relationship started improving. In no time, she said, "Can we go out for an outing?" Communication by audio worked for me. And the toughest person whom you can handle in life is a kinesthetic guy. When you breathe, all of you can understand. See, identifying this is not a big rocket science. When you practice eyes, can you imagine a white elephant? Imagine. That's all. See, I know what type he is. Eyeball movement. If you have time, Jai Google Maharaj. Go to him, just type VAK and you will get everything. By the words I speak, it is likely that it may rain. It looks, it may rain. It sounds, you are going to get today. By words, by your eyes. Eye up, eye this way, by your eyes. By the way you breathe, end of the day, by the way you breathe. See, the kinesthetic guys, when you breathe, feel the air inside and leave it out. You can imagine, normally when you breathe, and audio guys, that's the way they breathe. You can actually identify the way you breathe also, because this machine is such an intellectual machine, you need to know about it. When you know, see, it's a big science, I'm not getting into it. Go to Jai Google Maharaj and learn it. But audio, visual, kinesthetic. Identify what kind of a person at work your boss is, very important. Especially if it's a female boss, be sure that you know the type. Otherwise, ask me, I will tell the type. Consultation fees. No fees. Family, first try to know what your wife's style is. You will actually have a very good life. I used to get counseling before marriage. And those who are about to break their service of marriage, they used to come for mapping service, counseling service. Sir, I tell you, a lady, madam, female, please correct me if I am wrong or right. A lady will know a man's touch by the very touch. Right or wrong? Man does not. The machine is designed like this. That is better, sir. Shortcoming told you. So, communication styles, there are only 3 types of communication. What are they? Audio. Understand. Actually, I can send across one test of 10 minutes by which it is all of us are exhibiting everything at all time. But there is something predominant in you which is determining your style. Whatever you do, you are only that type. You want to act outside, doesn't matter. Today I am coming here, even Sudarshan will throw me out. I come here, good morning friends. My name is Dr. Venkat. People call me SR. I come here for 1 hour presentation. Did you like it, boy? He will say, Papa, tu kya pagal ke saath leke hai? You will tell or no? You should tell. What I am doing? I am showing some visual. I am using my audio. I am using my kinesthetics to make sure that message reaches. Otherwise, guaranteed in 10 minutes sleep. All of us use all the time. Therefore, only it is very difficult to find out what type you are. So, you need to have some skill. Practice it to know what style you are. All of us, sir.
Criminals are not like that.
Not criminology, particular, sir. So, when you understand what type of a person you are, left, right, up, down, communication, 40 to 45% is done. when you know how to handle your so-called ANGER, what is that? When you get anger, what you should do? Put on your shoulders, give a deep breath, the machine controls by itself. This is a machine which knows how to control anger. And when you practice consciously, only show that much of anger to your whomever you have to show. Answer देना पड़ेगा इनको. Will it work with husbands? Husband for all the female. She is asking on behalf of everybody. Madam, converse is also true. You go and shout at your husband, हमको पता है थप्पड़ मिलेगा. And when husband shouts at wife, double थप्पड़.
No sir, like this. Please, they know that we are anger. We don't know in what state they are.
Sir, that is why none of the signs.
Identifying the state and then applying the law.
Sir, none of the rule, none of the signs will work when you try to understand what state they are.
Sir, no, you don't want to take risk.
There is a solution to all that. You know what? Listen simply whatever they say. मिल जाएगा तो ले लो. But science is, he is very right honestly. The science is, such time, give a pause. Give a pause. That pause speaks a lot, volumes. Husband, you find he is angry, give a pause. And your system, this machine will know what is the extent of pause. Your machine will know when you should stop the pause. Automatically, your husband will come and speak.
Somewhere I've read this.
Reverse also.
Silence has the loudest voice.
Seriously. Reverse also, like how we said, it is impossible. It is not nearly possible. It is not at all possible to understand what mindset, what state that female is. Especially when it is wife, you cannot understand. None of my NLP, I am being very blunt. My NLP did not work. My doctorate did not work when it goes to my wife.
Out of syllabus.
Out of portion. Correct. What I do? We call in Sanskrit Sarnagati. Total surrender. Jai Mataji. Whatever you say is right. Rule is whatever you say is right, and we will analyze it later.
Sometimes even after a week she doesn't speak. That's the problem, right? You don't get even food also. You need to look for
Secrets are not spoken. So, see, my time machine says it's 11:20. Therefore, can it take 3 to 5 minutes? Now, coming back to this, now I want to play a small video. Before that, there are a few things which I did not attend. Right? There was a brilliant question on attrition. Perception versus reality. There is something that I wanted to speak. Values, somebody spoke. Work-life balance, somebody wanted to understand. Your PPC guys. We spoke about anger management. We spoke about communication style. Now, we are going to speak something about prioritization of work. Hopefully, all of you know about Pareto concept, right? Pareto chart, all of you know. The first 3 things you attend, rest of it settles automatically. Right? Keep that concept one side. I am not going to touch into it because all of you are aware of it. Try to form this box in your office. Call it urgent, important. If somebody knows, please help me also. There is some work at home or office or society. Only these 3 places it can come, where nowhere else. And finally, self, everything is done by you. Urgent, important. Not urgent, therefore not important. Any work, whether you are school student, college student, office goer, you are at anything, else, you are a cricket player, doesn't matter. Only these 4 things you understand. There is something called urgent. Anything given by the boss is always urgent. Right? Always it is urgent. Anything given by the wife is always important. Right or wrong? Silence. When there is a work, apply any example, take an example and apply when you find time. There is something called time that will automatically start from here and start from here. You do a work, something you will plan. Actually, if you look at every day in the morning, you will have a laundry list of items to do. All of us have the habit or not? Writing things to do, right? And in that, if you look at, we say into, round, we call urgent to be done now. You would have either given, boss would have given, or you have got something to buy for your son, or it could be something to do with your family. You write a laundry list. You segregate family, society and work. Now you decide which is urgent and important. Do it now. Doesn't matter what the work given by boss is not on priority. It is for you. If you don't have the guts to decide, then you can never say no. You need to say no. There are so many methods, but you need something called inner sense. Yes, I can say no. No, this will not happen. No, this is not possible. End of the day, truth is truth. Is there any alternative to the truth? No, truth is always truth. Come what may, truth is truth. Therefore, try to say no. Boss gives a work, you have a laundry list of priorities. Doesn't matter. Which is urgent? Urgent is what? Something, if you don't do it now, it is going to be a problem. Important? It is now. I will take my example. I am coming to this program today. I think morning was somebody, or yesterday or somebody tried calling me. It was not urgent for me. It was not, this program was not important for me yesterday. Because I have already, somebody in my office has been communicating to somebody in your office. I have already delegated my work to somebody to communicate with somebody in your office. If I have not done that, today I have a problem. What I have done, 1 week, I think 1 month before they have booked my slot now. Sometime 20 days or 15 days back, I think last 10 days, right, Viju?
Yeah.
Somebody in my office has been communicating to Viju. And I was not aware, I am only in the copy of the email and I hardly see mails. There, something which is going to come day after tomorrow, afternoon, evening, which is not urgent and important now. What you do? Plan it, delegate. Here you show delegation and leadership. What you show here? Delegate the work and show some leadership. Because you are trying to develop somebody. And you don't do this, friends, slowly it will come. It becomes urgent and important, and there you will be fumbling. Today morning I will not know where is hotel shelter. I will make 100 calls to him. Actually he called, I didn't pick up, it was the other way, right?
Yeah, today.
Because I have delegated all this earlier. Before I come in, everything is there for me. Yesterday evening I know my schedule that I have come here at 10 o'clock. And this is the program, and I saw the program agenda. They have told them to give to the extent of giving printout. You show your delegation and leadership as a manager when there is a work which you need to do either evening, afternoon, tomorrow, when you have time. When you feel you have time, immediately what you do? Delegate. The mistake we do, everything we want to do ourselves. And end of the day, boss will call you for a secret meeting. Seriously. And something which is not urgent. Actually, next month I have a program in Dubai that is not at all urgent for me. I will do it. I will activate only after 10 days from now. When my travel agent calls from that client company, give your passport for visa, then only my clock starts. because it is the second one where I show my delegation and leadership. Here, I can delay this. For now, I can forget this. I can delay this one. And something which is not urgent, not important, what is that called? Waste. Dustbin. You do not even look at that. Forget it. Right? Now, this is a deep concept. I just wanted to take it overall high level. Try with some example on your own because you are all senior managers. I am sure you can try with some examples on your own. Right? I want to talk about work-life balance. All of us are talking about work-life balance. Right? I work 18 hours a day, 20 hours a day. My guys work at 1:30, 2 o'clock in the night sending emails. Yesterday, Viju would have got a mail at 2 o'clock in the night. That's not work. That's not life. There are only two things in work-life balance. You know what? Do you enjoy whatever you do? When you play, when you study? That is work-life balance. A child, it is very easy. As you grow, work-life balance is very difficult. Meaningful, the definition I will tell you. Meaningful, daily achievement. You have a list of things to do. List of things to do per day. Make it that, take the list only that you can do today. Don't take that you cannot do it today. I can do only 3 things today. I only taken 3. I know tomorrow something else in it. I already delegated to somebody. I forget this today. Otherwise, type 2 diabetes is guaranteed. I'm talking really. Type 2 diabetes is guaranteed. Free. American Heart Association has done this exercise, a research. Those who do not complete their task on a daily basis, carry for the next day. What happens? Piles up. Today 1 task, tomorrow 3, 5, 7, 20, 25. It will go. And 2 things are guaranteed. Type 2 diabetes when you become 50, that is guaranteed. Right? That is called meaningful daily achievement. And balancing all the 4 quadrants of your life. What are those 4 quadrants? Always family. It is managed by self. If you don't do this balancing, you get heart attack compulsory. 2 things are free. One is heart attack, one is
Type 2 diabetes.
diabetes type 2, not type 1. Type 1 is manageable. So there are only 4 kinds of emotions I told, which are called anger, which all of us use every left, right, center. Therefore, we also use happiness and sadness. And therefore, we get fear in front of our boss and wife. Right or wrong? There are only 4 emotions one needs to understand to control and handle this. And how do you handle this? First is perceive. Now, it is like treating a guest at home. There are guests informed. There are guests who are uninformed. Right or wrong? When you get an informed guest at home, you are ready. Are you ready to receive a guest? Yes. But very rarely you get uninformed guest also, right? When you get an informed guest, what we do? We perceive. We expect them. Acha, abhi aane wala hai. They have come to the railway station, bus stand, coming home. We know, right? And uninformed guest comes, we get a shock. Either pleasant or acha banda aa gaya. When you really go out on something important, somebody will come say, sir, my marriage invitation. And really you cannot hold your emotions. I'm sure some of you have come across such situations. You are literally running out. Either running to the office or hospital or wherever, and he comes and you cannot upset it. Acha, I will try to come. And we do this. Therefore, any guest coming in, either informed or uninformed, most 99% of it is informed guest. When they come in, what you do? Perceive them. Understand they are going to come. Emotion is the same, friends. Understand you are going to get anger. If you don't know that you are going to get anger, practice it, you will come to know automatically. Yes, we used to tell our children, Sudarshan, Talele kai vekkade, kovam vandrum. We keep telling. Second time, third time, fourth time, we do that or not at home. We do that everywhere. So you know you are going to get angry. And once that moment of anger comes into you, you don't know what really you do. People say, "Kovam vandiruchna na enna pandren? Seriously, I don't know what I am doing." Because you understand there is an emotion coming in. Please welcome the guest. Don't reject. When you reject your guest, you will not know what you are doing. You will go really to madness. It is called madness. If you reject your guest, you are going to a state of temporary madness, which is worse than a permanent madness. It is worse than an asylum. When you get the emotion, either it is fear generally comes from failure. Fear of failure or anger, happiness or sadness, accept. First you perceive that it is coming, accept it. If you reject it, hey, I will not get anger from tomorrow, then you are going to be a mad. Don't reject it. I am talking very practically. Accept it. You accept a guest right at home. Because they informed and came, you accept. After they come in, you accept them, make them sit. What you do? Treat them with coffee, tea, and yesterday's food, whatever we give. If it is a likely guest, you buy immediately outside, or you cook. If it is an unlikely guest, you don't want them, you give something else. Mamyar vanda itna, we give some other food.
Fresh from the fridge.
Fresh from the fridge. That way it is. $1 million question. Chennai, a mix of male and female. So what do? You treat them. Same thing, emotion. Please treat. How do you treat? If I get anger, show only that much anger required for that particular event, only on that particular person. And it is only an event. It is an event. After everything, what you do with the guest? Send off. If you don't send off, the guest will stay. வடிவேல் ஒரு படத்துல சொல்லுவானே, நீ எப்ப வந்த பொண்ணு கல்யாணம் பண்ண பிறந்தப்போ இப்ப என்ன வயசுக்கு வந்துருச்சுமான ஒரு ஜோக்ல, அந்த மாதிரி that will not go from you. It will stay always with you. So only 4 emotions: fear, anger, happiness, sadness, whatever it is. Promotion கிடைச்சிருச்சு, இல்லனா நான் கேக்குற பொண்ணு எனக்கு கிடைச்சிருச்சு, the girl whom I want I got. Now I am happy. Definitely after 1 year I am not going to be happy. But now I am happy. I cannot keep the happiness for a long time. I can be happy only to that extent. I cannot go on the road and say, I got that girl, I got that girl. I cannot say, right? And people will think that this fellow is something else. At office, you got a promotion increment letter. You got 5 out of 5. You got the maximum. You cannot go jump and keep on going around the world and say, I got 5, I got 5. You can say to your friends, your colleagues, immediately call your wife or family, anybody for that matter, and you need to stop there and carry on with your bloody work in the next 5 minutes, right or wrong? Boss will say that, sir, 5 minutes, it's timed out. Request are timed out in 5 minutes. Whether it is happiness, sadness, fear or anger. And these 4 emotions are the parent. If you know how to perceive this parent, receive this parent, treat this parent and send off. Emotional balance is very, very simple. Emotional balance is very simple. On top of it, you learn communication styles, how to communicate. And where is the question of emotional imbalance and difference of opinion? It is very easy to speak, but very, very difficult to practice. I have done 1 hour what I wanted to say, I have said, but it is difficult for you to practice. I am coaching people. Companies used to come and tell me, boss, they used to give 15 people to me, all senior managers. They are given to me for 6 months for coaching. After 6 months, I want to show them a result. After 6 months, I tell them perception and reality, there is always a gap. I always show myself that I have done a great work with my guys. I taught them this. I put a tracker. Finally, after 6 months, when I see the results are so different that I may even lose my contract. And that's because human beings are different, each machine is different, and the way we handle ourselves is different. But those who understand the technique are successful. Stress, therefore, you cannot avoid. Please have stress. Otherwise, we have to go and sit in Himalayas. In your office, if you say, I am one Buddha, no stress, immediately white sheet and fax will come. Pink sheet will come from the main gate. You cannot say, you have to have stress is good. To the extent you should have it. Blood has to have certain amount of pressure. Above that is called BP, high BP. Below that is low BP. Both are dangerous. Stress is the same. Have only that much. Therefore, everything in life has to play only that much role in the life. Love, fear, anger, sadness, anything for that matter has to only play that much role. Beyond that or below that is always exhaustively dangerous. And therefore, friends, to sum up, communication, emotions, if you can manage, most of your part of your communication gap and emotional imbalance is handled. But it is very easy to say, very difficult to practice. Now, I will ask all of you to keep your hands like this. Sit. No, listen. Keep your hands down. I will show the way I sit, you all sit. You sit. There are two things how you can sit is, you can sit, put all your bag, everything, nobody is going to sit, put everything down. This you can practice whenever you want. You don't have to do it now, but you should do it now. Sit. There are two ways of sitting. Sit properly. First, all of you sit properly. So many chairs going up. And sit comfortably. So, sit properly and comfortably. You can keep your hands like this. Nobody will take your back. Leave it. And now, look at this machine. This machine is so designed beautifully. Keep your hands like this, casually, and just close your eyes and breathe. Inhale and exhale for 4-5 times. Just watch only your breath. Close your eyes. Don't open your eyes. Close your eyes. Just breathe up and down. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Watch only my words. Don't open your eyes. Do not open your eyes. Watch only my words. Listen to the words of the instructor. Now, turn your palms upright. Turn your palms upright. Now, continue the same breathing. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Now slowly rub your hands, give the heat to your eyes and open your eyes. Now, one thing I will tell you, I don't know if you have watched, when you keep your palm like this, the entire nervous system is jammed. It will not allow you to breathe properly. Your entire joints, one vein on top of the other vein will go. And your breathing pattern will get disturbed. When you breathe, it will stop here, it has to jump and go that side. Like your electricity, when you do this wiring, it will be like that only in the drawing. But here it is overlapping, one will press the other. That is why when you do your yoga and all that, people keep like this. When you open it, this intellectual machine is so brilliant. All the system will become parallel. Serious connection will become parallel connection. And your breathing pattern will free flow of in, free flow of out, your toxins will go. And when you do this, you try it wherever you want, you can try it when you find time. You keep this, breathe, breathing is not easy. Keep this way, breathe, breathing is very easy. And that controls entire oxygen of your body. 5 to 10 times of this breathe, deep inhale, deep exhale, gives oxygen to every part of your body, including your brain, which is also part of your important body. And it relieves all your so-called dropped here. When you go out, you will go fresh. Are you fresh?
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for delivering.
But I was only speaking. Can I really have one or two of you to say, was it of any value addition to you?
Definitely, sir. A lot of key takeaways.
I want to hear from the last few people.
Yes. Especially the VAK. We definitely impressed very much. Try to practice that. Let's adapt something from that. VAK is definitely.
This is something I like. Okay.
Yeah, new concept or new kind of wordings or terminologies that we heard. We work-life balance. We have sessions here also with the PMISL. They have organized few things. We regularly heard this term, but the VAK is something new that we can accept that and definitely try to follow and achieve from now on.
Brilliant, sir. That's all I need. I'll be grateful to all of you.